Hello, everybody. This is Scott Hudspeth with Agent Mastermind. Thanks so much for joining us today. I have an amazing class planned for you today. But first, I want to give my sincere condolences to the family and friends of Beverly Carter. Very, very sad situation for everybody involved. And I just want to let you know that next week we are going to do a safety course. We have Eric Sachs going to be on with us, who is an ex-cop. And he's going to do, it just gives me chills even talking about it. So I sincerely, my sincere condolences. I'm sure I speak for everybody that's here. Sincere condolences to Beverly Carter and her family and friends. Just nothing good there. So with that being said, I do have to say that Beverly probably would want us to continue and do our best to help other people and have the life that we all dream, you know, as far as our goals, dreams, and desires. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to share a class with you to help you continue your success, start your success, or whatever it may be. So I have a dear friend with me on the phone, Kenneth Travis. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. And also, we have another guest, Joe Hamilton, who's actually with Savvy Card, who's on the call with us today. How you doing, Joe? Oh, he might be on mute right now. So, all right, Kenneth, you know what, dude? Let's. You've been sharing this, and guys, for everybody that's on the call right now, this class is actually, if correct me if I'm wrong, Kenneth, this is CE approved in Texas right now.
That's correct. Yeah, I CE approved it, I guess about, I don't know, a year ago.
Okay.
And when I was first introduced to Savvy Card, man, I seen it, and I was like, man, this is really, really cool. Matter of fact, I was at one of our meetings in Florida, and someone turned me on to it, and I just kind of ran with it and haven't looked back. And so it's been a real good marketing.
Cool. Oh. Excellent, excellent. And there's Joe. Joe, you there, buddy?
What's the webcam?
All right, so I'm going to mute him right now. So Kenneth is going to go through this class. There's no CE credit today, but guys, I've been playing around with this. Kenneth shared with me how he has shared this with his agents, and I thought, you know what, this is a shame that we haven't brought this out sooner. This is an amazing referral source for you guys, especially when it comes to business cards. So Kenneth, man, take it away, and I'm gonna do this with you, but I'll let you start it off, man.
Sure, sure. Okay, so first and foremost, I use it for my business. Okay, so for those on the call that may not know who I am, I'm a mortgage lender here in East Texas, and I have a pretty successful mortgage company, and have used this not only in my own personal business as a lender, I've also used it for my real estate partners and realtors across the country, and I've shared this with them on how they can use it from a realtor's perspective in growing their business. And one of the first things I always like to tell agents is, man, this is a free service, Scott. Like, this doesn't cost anything to be able to have it. So it's now, with that said, just to be at full disclosure with everybody, you do have like the upgraded version where you can pay to get additional services, but you know that's how most apps are today. You know, they give you free and then you start using it.
You know, Kenneth, and Joe's on the call with us. I don't know that there is a paid version yet, unless it's in your area. So with the MLS, so I don't know. Unless you want some sort of design done, special design, and we're going to talk about that at the end. Guys, this is like when I said free. There's no catch here today. There's no affiliate link. There's no nothing. This is 100% for you guys, and I'm telling you, if you don't download this today, I personally think you're crazy. And if you don't start sharing this with your friends, family, coworkers, clients, past clients, get this out there, get it on their phone. I'm telling you, like if you're multitasking right now, this is the future. Everybody carries one of these, and what Kenneth's going to share with you today is just insane.
So one of the, we're not replacing business cards, right, Scott? So, business cards, just traditional business cards that we order and that we carry around and we give out to our client and real estate partners and our, our business associates and our sphere of influence, we still continue to use those business cards for that. But, man, the problem that I ran into is, man, I don't always carry my business cards with me. And sometimes I don't like to give my business card. You never do? Well, sometimes I'll put cards in my pocket, right, and they get all bent up and kind of, man, at the end of the day, man, they've been through the dang car wash, they're in bad shape. So I typically just throw them away and go get some fresh ones. But I'll tell a story that comes to mind that recently happened, probably late in the spring. We were having a crawfish boil, and I was sitting there eating crawfish, and I had a guy that was talking about he was buying a house, and he was buying a house, and he was getting ready to buy it, and he said the only thing he needed was a mortgage lender. And I said, man, today's your lucky day. And he said, why is that? I said, because I do mortgages for a living. That's my business. And he says, well, cool, man. And, of course, I didn't have a business card on me, but I had Savvy Card. And all it is in a nutshell is it is a electronic business card that just keeps on giving, you know. And so electronic business card that you can give to somebody that stays on their phone for as long as they want to keep it on there. Right. And it's just a really cool thing to see. And so some people may want to go ahead and go to savvycard.com just to see the website, you know, kind of see what they're looking at.
Sure. Yeah, and I would wait till we're all done because we're going to cover a couple strategies, a couple things that, you know, I mean, you can go there anytime you want, but I would wait till we get through this stuff. And we have Joe, the expert, on the call with us. He's going to make sure that we don't miss anything. I talked to him for 10 minutes last night. It just literally blew my mind. So.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Can we go to the next slide, too?
Absolutely, buddy. Let me just let me do that. There we go.
Oh, there it is down there. Yeah, I do have it. Okay.
Test.
So there you go. So it's basically now the thing that I like about so we're going to talk about it from a couple different perspectives for me. Okay. So what I like to do, the way I like to utilize it in my business. Let's just talk about that real quick. And then we can talk about how there's other ways to use it as well. But let me just show you one way that I like to use it in my business. So not only do I get to share it with, you know, with business associates and people, when you share this business card with somebody, it on their actual phone, Scott, it has a picture of me on their phone after I share this and add it to their phone. So that's what the end result looks like. So think of any other app that you have that has a picture on there. Well, it has my picture on there. So the way that I use it in my business is, or one of the ways I use it is, when I sit down to sign disclosures with my customers, at the end of that disclosure signing, I actually ask them, hey, do you have your phone with you? And they say, well, sure. And I said, pull your phone out for just a second. And I pull my phone out, and I basically share my Savvy card with both of their phones, husband and wife. And I just reiterate to them, hey, listen, at any time during this transaction, you need anything, you let me know. You can call me, you can text me, you can get in touch with me. I said, I have a great staff on board. They take care of everything from here, kind of give them our little rundown. And then what happened, and they never call me because they don't hardly ever need anything, but they have me on their phone. But more importantly, I tell them now, at the end of this transaction, if you're happy, and I hope for you to be, I want to show you guys how to refer me out. If you're happy at the end of the transaction, would you be willing to refer me out? And every time they're like, oh, absolutely, I'd love to refer you out. And so I show them how to open up the app. I save it on their phone. I show them how to open it up and then share my contact information with any of their friends, family, coworkers, anybody that they know that might need mortgage financing in the future. And I said, just keep this on your phone. It's real easy to access me at any time. Okay. Yeah. Now, the great thing about it, Scott, man, this is what I love about it, is whenever you share that contact, whenever you share that Savvy card, if they share that Savvy card with, and this happens, man, like on a weekly basis for me, okay? This happens all the time because I have clients and I also have realtor partners sharing my Savvy card. Whenever your Savvy card is shared, it sends you an email letting you know who shared your contact, who they shared it with if they put the name in there, and then any message with their phone number. Right. Okay, so let me get this right. For everybody that's not listed and you accidentally went to savvycard.com and you're not listening, guys, so check this out. So first off, here's what I got. One is your face is on their phone. Correct. Two, when you meet with your clients, and I would highly recommend doing this, you know the cool part about you setting the stage right from the beginning is that you work off referrals. You almost expect referrals by the way you said that, but you said it in a very cool way. Hey, would you guys refer me if you're happy with the end result, right? Exactly. Two, you're setting what we call a reticular activator, and this is a very, very, very powerful thing in sales. You're letting people know that you want to accept referrals, but you're also telling them right up front that you might be asking for referrals. And they're going to be because when people are buying homes, when they're looking at homes, they're seeing every for sale sign, they're hearing every conversation on planet Earth that has to do with buying and selling homes. They literally are tuned into that. It's called the reticular activator. And so not only that, when somebody refers you from their Savvy card on their phone, because Kenneth is on your phone, or your picture will be on their phone, you get notified of who referred. So if you got 50 people
that have your picture on their phone and they refer somebody to somebody else, you get notified of who referred it and who they referred, so you have a name and number.
Exactly.
It's insane.
That's
and how
exactly.
many, more or less, how many do you get per month on something like that, Kenneth?
I probably get 4 to 6 a month on a monthly basis.
Just people sending your card to somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah, just sending my contact information. Yeah, and when I get the email, I forward it to one of my loan partners, and they immediately pick up the phone and start the pre-qual process. But
so you forward the email. Man, unbelievable, man.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I just forward the email to one of my staff members, and the pre-qual is immediately started. The realtor didn't even have to call me a lot of times, you know. And then it also sends the realtor an email saying, "Hey, your card's just been, or you just sent someone's card." You know, so it sends it back to them so that, you know, it's a good reminder for them maybe to follow up or whatever. But it's phenomenal, man.
Okay, so I just thought of something. So you as a mortgage professional, you have realtor partners, and you have their app on your phone. If you refer a buyer to them, or maybe one of the clients, so can you refer somebody else's card? You absolutely can.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've got about 4 or 5 realtors on my iPhone right now that I refer to on a pretty consistent basis. And a lot of, you know, not all the time, but when it's convenient for me, that's how I refer them out.
What a cool way to help them out. So they get the email notification that you sent it. Who would send? Because they don't know if the person calls, right? That's just one more way. Hey, did you get their business card?
Right.
No, their mobile business card. Oh, let me send it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I tell agents a lot of times, yeah, and it goes both ways because, like, you know, realtors, you know, they do refer business to their preferred lender, and then, of course, preferred lenders or lenders, you know, refer out their preferred agents as well. But have you ever noticed that we fall in, hey, I had so-and-so call you, or hey, I sent someone your name and phone number. Have they called you yet?
Right.
Man, cut that out. It makes it a lot easier to do it through the Savvy Card app, and then there's a trackability on both ends, right? And it's just, and then it's, you know, it's real easy for you to pick up the phone, and then a lot of times I'll just pick up the phone if I haven't heard from the person, you know, within a reasonable amount of time, and we'll call them and go ahead and start the process.
Sure.
So it's
cool, man.
And then of course you can get, yeah, and then there's other ways too that you can, like, once you get your Savvy Card set up, you can start sharing it with the world. You know, it's insane what you can do. You can post it on Facebook. And basically, people just hit the link and they send it to themselves. So you can promote it out on the social media sites, promote your business card, just say, hey, everybody, check out my Savvy Card, and you can encourage people to get theirs. You can get them for other businesses. You know, it's not just for the real estate business. It's for any industry. I've shared it with a lot of my insurance partners, my home inspectors, my pest inspectors. You following me here? Because it's easier for me to refer them out that way through the phone because everybody has an iPhone, you know. You can email the link out to everyone in your database. So if you've got, you know, like me, I've got probably 2,000 email addresses in my database. Man, I can email out my Savvy Card to all 2,000 contacts and be on all of their, you know, on their phones that way. So you can hit people a couple of different ways: text, email, social media sites. Man, great way. Something that I do on my, and you've seen my signature line, Scott. I have it on every one of my emails. So when I send out an email, it's my email signature, man. Everybody that I communicate with can just download it from just receiving emails from me. They can get it that way. If you're
well, you know, I'm just thinking about it. You know how we all text. I mean, here's just me thinking this out loud. You know how we text everybody all the time? Like that's just what we do, right? That's how we communicate with our kids. Why not put that as part of your signature line on your text?
Exactly.
Click here for click here for, you know, I mean, I don't know, just like one more way to get it out there, remind people who you are, what you do for a living, and you might even buy a domain name like, I don't know, maybe Scott's Savvy Card or, you know, my mobile business card or something that it's a domain name that takes them right to your Savvy Card. I mean, it's easy to do that. Just thinking out loud, you know what I mean?
You guys can hear me?
Exactly, yeah.
Hey, Joe, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, it's going all right. How are you?
Excellent, man. Thanks for joining us today. I appreciate you being here.
I'm happy to. Been listening and wanted to add a couple quick points that I think are pretty important.
Sure.
One thing on the Savvy Card, there's a button called the Recommend button, and in that Recommend button, you can put links to the Savvy Cards, or even if they don't happen to have a Savvy Card, to the website of the people you recommend. So now when you text your Savvy card to folks, that recommend button travels with it. So it's actually a way to passively generate referrals for your partners as you market yourself. Whenever you send your Savvy card around with that recommend button traveling with it, they're checking out your card, they're looking at your website, you're looking at your social media, they pop the click on the recommend button, and they can see all the people you recommend and have an instant inroad into them. So as you get people with Savvy cards working for each other and marketing themselves, they're marketing you, then it becomes a nice little win-win where everybody can help.
So there's a recommend button that actually shows up as well?
That's right, yeah. If you want to check my card out, it's savvycard.com/Joe, and you'll see I have a recommend button on there with the people that I recommend.
Okay, 1 second. No, we're not going to show them anything that's not available, right?
No, this is really
Card.com/Joe.
Joe, I did hear about that, man, and even for me, man, being a user, I haven't set that up yet, but I did like that a lot better because then it can put all of my referral partners under that recommendation tab. So that's
so what he has
really
done
cool.
here is you can add. Is it unlimited number of people that you can add to the recommend tab?
Yep. Well,
Okay,
I haven't never tested the top limit, but theoretically it's unlimited.
Sure. So this button shows up. What Joe's saying is this button shows up on your phone as part of your business card. You click on it, and then you have these people here. So if I click on this, it's gonna go to. I mean, you just click refer that. So then you click share. Is that how that works?
That's it. That's right.
So do they have to have a Savvy card though?
Well, you don't have to have a Savvy card to be in the recommend button. You can put a link to a website. You just would lose that share capability. So what would happen is they would just click on that link and go to the website. They'd still interact with, you're still making the lead happen. It's just not documented in the same way as if they were sharing a Savvy card.
Yeah, but I got to say the price is right though for everybody to have a Savvy card. So you might as well get one.
The other really important distinction is, when we throw the word app out there, there's what's called native apps, which are the ones you download from the iStore, you download from Google Play Store, whatever, and then there's web apps. So Savvy Card is a very, very important distinction. Savvy Card is a web app, which means you can share it with anybody. They don't have to download anything. They don't have to sign up for anything to engage with it. I call it a one-way marketing tool. So it used to be they had things like Bump or whatever that were popular for a while, and you'd want to go, you meet somebody out at a networking event or at a party or whatever, and you want to share your contact info with them. They'd have to have the app. You'd have to have the app. Maybe start the app up or whatever. And obviously, in business, when you're out meeting folks, you can't expect them to take a break from what they're doing and go download an app just so they can receive information.
Right on.
So Savvy Card is a web app, and anything with a web browser, whether it be a computer, whether it be if your refrigerator can get a web browser, you can use Savvy Card on your refrigerator. So anything that can get a website can use a Savvy Card and benefit from it. The other important thing about it being an app as opposed to a web app as opposed to a native app is that it's indexable by search engines, whereas native apps are not. So it's a great way for SEO, that's right. So if you type in Tampa Home Inspector right now, this is a guy that we've been working with here. He pays thousands of dollars a month to do SEO on his website. The #1 result for Tampa Home Inspector here in Tampa is a Savvy Card, and his website that he pays thousands of dollars a month for is like number 7 or 8. You type in Clearwater Mortgage. Yeah.
Yeah, his is number 1. So
you type in Clearwater Mortgage Expert, and you get, I think they're 1 or 2 for a Savvy Card. So point being is you're getting Savvy Cards ranking for the top of search results for decent keywords. I mean, Tampa Home Inspector is not a bad keyword if you're a home inspector, and you're #1 with the Savvy Card.
Dude, is that crazy, Kenneth? Did you even know that about SEO?
No, I didn't. No, they've been developing this. They've been developing this for. I've been working on it. I know. I've talked to a couple of the guys up there, and they're like, "Hey, man, this is coming out." And
amazing.
It's crazy.
Here's a question from Lori. I appreciate you being here, Lori. Lori says, if I send my mortgage partner's Savvy Card to a contact, who gets the notification? So the owner of the Savvy, so your mortgage partner would get the notification. That's the answer to that one.
And do you want me to give an example of that?
Yes.
Yeah. So if your mortgage person's name was Bob, and your friend's name is Janet, and say if I sent Bob's card to Janet and said, Janet, I know you need to get a mortgage. You got to work with Bob. He's the best. So I send Bob's card to Janet. Bob would get an email that said, Joe just emailed your Savvy Card or texted to Janet. Here's her number. If I included a little message, it would include that message. Hey, Janet, great to see you at the lunch the other day. As I mentioned, Bob is a great world. I've passed your information to him, and he's going to get in touch with you. So now Bob knows that I made the referral. Instead of just saying, hey, I passed your card to someone, he knows I made the referral. He knows when it happened. He knows what the context was. That it's Joe referring to Janet that he saw at the luncheon, and now Bob can reach out to Janet and make that, do business with her. And that, including the information, is optional. So if you decide that you want to refer someone, but you don't want the recipient, you don't want Bob to know Janet's info, there's just a little checkbox you can do when you do share by text or share by email that says don't include the recipient's contact information. That way you can protect the privacy of the person who receives the lead or receives the referral, and Bob will know. Bob will still get that email that says Joe just emailed your Savvy card or texted your Savvy card. It just won't say who it went to. So you still kind of get credit for giving the referral, but you're respecting, the anonymity and the privacy of the person to let them reach out to Bob if they feel like it or not.
So explain this right here. So explain, Kenneth, do you use this right here? Do you use this send card owner, the recipient contact? Do you check that box every time?
Most of the time I do, but Joe brings up a good point because there are some instances where where the client that they're referring doesn't want to be contacted. They want to be the one to contact the lender or whatever. So in those cases, yes, we'll use that on both sides. Even on my end, sometimes if I need to refer out a client and they're saying, well, just send me their contact information, don't have her call me, I'll call her. Then in those situations,
so you just uncheck that box then?
Absolutely, yep.
Okay. And then would you ever uncheck this box?
It's either or. I mean
you could, but I always do. I always include a message with them every time.
Okay. Okay. And then once you click, once you choose, the only really choice you have to make right here is send card owner or not. That's it, right?
Yep. And then as far as Bob's concerned, it's nice to receive the email. He gets the instant notification of the lead, but maybe he can't follow up on it right now. He doesn't want to save a bunch of emails from all the leads the Savvy Card is generating. Once you're logged in on the back end, it's got a social media style back end. There's a button that says Card Analytics, and in those Card Analytics, it lists every share of your card ever. So if a share happened a month ago and you want to go back and review it, there's going to be a whole list. It acts as a little mini customer relationship database essentially, so that you can review all your shares, pull the phone number off there, and contact those people or review how they met, read the message, or whatever you need to do.
And where was that? Where's that at again? Where do I find out how many times or where it's been shared? Oh, Card Analytics right here. Right here. All right. So it shows the how many shares, total views, and it shows who it went to. Like, so the sharer, who shared it. So, and then it showed the date, the card sharer, the card recipient, and the share message.
And if you mouse over the Blake's name there.
Yep.
So you didn't share the mouse over Vicky's name. Well, you didn't share. Try Scott there. Yeah. So because you had unchecked, because you didn't want to make that information public in the first two, it's an info not shared. But if you share the info, then you can see it's right there, so that you can follow up with Scott, or you yourself. But you can you have the number there, and then you would have the message if they put the message.
Amazing, dude. That's awesome. You guys getting the whole mindset behind this? So like you are 100% notified. One way or another, you might have all the information, or you might, so when one of your clients, Kenneth and I were doing the numbers on this, and Kenneth, remember, I said 50 people. If 50 people have, and guys, we all have more than 50 people, you can use this on your websites. It's a link, so people can click on it and go to it on their phone. However, there's a QR code. There's so many ways to get this to your clients, but if you only had 50 people that had your mobile card, Savvy Card, on their phone, and if they only shared it once per year, that's 50 leads, right? Cut it in half, 25. Cut it in half again, that's 12. That's one extra deal a month. If you only got an eighth of 50 people, take it to 100 or 200 people that have your Savvy Card on their phone, and it gets kind of crazy if you connect, farm your database, connect with them, socialize with them on social media. There's just there's just no way on planet Earth that you can't have more referrals coming in from using this service that's 100% for you. Crazy.
It is wild. It is
It
absolutely
is wild.
wild.
Yes.
And you just make it part of your social media platform. You put on your email signature, you post it out there. You can put it on your website. There's a lot of different ways that that you can just make it available. Man, I spend a lot of time just sitting down. You can email it out to all of your people, but man, I'll sit down and just put it on people's phones, like on a constant basis.
Right.
Like
Just take 3 minutes and do it. Yeah, share it with
them.
them.
Yeah, make it part of your. Yeah, yep. Make it part of your process. Whether it's your listing appointment, you're at the closing table after you close the transaction, or when you have the sales contract signed. Figure out where it works good for you where you can put it on your clients' phones. And yeah, you're going to have some people might say, well, what if they delete it? Okay, well, you just keep on. Not everyone's going to delete it. I have people. I have people say, oh yeah, I've got yeah. But man, more importantly, dude, you know what's really cool about Scott is when I have a picture of myself on their phone. You know what I'm doing? I'm buying brain cells. Even if they're not using me or referring me out, man, I'm buying brain cells, and I really like that aspect of it.
That's where the recommend button is really nice. And this is what we're finding with the real estate agents that we work with is that people are always asking real estate agents, what roofer do you recommend? What air conditioning guy do you recommend? And maybe after the sale of their home, they think, it's nice to know my realtor, but I'm not going to need to communicate with them for a long time until I buy or sell this house, buy another house, so I'm not going to keep the card. But you have that recommend button populated with the AC guy, the roofer, all the people that they're going to need as homeowners, and now your car has become a resource. And it sticks around because they say, hey, if my AC goes down, it'd be nice to have my realtor's opinion of a good AC person. I could call them or whatever, but it sure beats trying to go on Angie's List or trying to go on, do Google searches and see fake reviews and things like that. When you trust your realtor and you see who the recommendation is, that's just a path of least resistance to make that call and get your AC fixed by someone that's been recommended by somebody you trust, and that's why they keep the card around. So it's important to fill out make your card a resource to people. And then, if someone's sitting, it goes a step further than that. If they're sitting at lunch with their, lady sitting at lunch with their girlfriend, the girlfriend says, oh, my AC's on the fritz. Do you know anybody? She says, I don't. My AC has been working fine for years, but I'm sure I can let you know. I can send you my realtor savvy card because I'm sure they have a recommendation on there. And now you have to trust between, the two friends, and she's sending over the savvy card, just texting it over. It takes, 15 seconds to do. And all those referrals, everybody in the recommend button, in addition to the realtor, is traveling on a road of trust that's laid down by from one friend to the other. So it's really powerful.
Right. A couple great questions coming in. Does it work? He heard Kenneth say iPhone. It works on any phone, right? BlackBerry, Droid. It doesn't matter what it is. It's a website.
Yeah. So, computer, Xbox. Laptop, desktop, Xbox. You name it. In the car gets internet browser. You can do it. Use them in your car.
Yep. This is actually some people are asking what it looks like in the link. Guys, this is the link. So it's savvycard.com/Joe. Kenneth, what is yours?
I think it's just savvycard.com/Kenneth Travis, I think is what it is. Let me look and see what it is.
I have mine too, but oops, nope. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's My Mortgage or something like that? I have yours. Let me just do it.
I'm pulling it up now.
Kenneth-Mortgage.
There you go.
There it is. So there's Kenneth right there. So whatever you put in, what you want it to be, that's the cool part. So here's call, text, email, find, profile, share, contact info, more, and then another one.
If you scroll down, you can see. Yeah, you can see the second page of it.
Yeah.
With the more.
Here's mine.
Man, yeah. Sometimes I'll even
Did I do
post.
Good last time?
Joe
Did I do good? So this is the website. So whatever you pick for a name, I don't know if you know this, Joe, but I got mine. Man, when you guys first come out with this, I found it and I grabbed my name. So
nice.
I was pretty lucky. Yeah.
Okay. And a lot of people,
right.
If you've got folks that have websites that don't look great on a mobile phone, they're not responsive, or they haven't been able to invest in a giant website. Savvy Card can be your website. It has everything that really the guts of a website is. It's right there. Even better. And what a lot of folks do if they have they put the money into the website, but maybe they did it a few years ago and it's not responsive, you can actually put a little bit of code. If you have someone who knows kind of what they're doing with the websites, they can put a little code in the hosting that says, if a mobile device requests my website, send them my Savvy Card instead. Let them see that because it looks a lot better on a mobile device instead of seeing my my website, which looks terrible on a mobile device. If they're coming from a desktop computer, pass them on through to the regular website. So just some options that are out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And somebody's asking how much is this and that. Dude, I don't even know how to say it, but it's 100% free. There's no catch. There's no upgrade. There's no sale. There's nothing you can do, right, Joe? I mean, you work for Savvy Card. I don't know how else to say it. There's nothing here.
Yeah, I mean, we do sell, you know, the service of making your card look pretty, but you can do it yourself too. It's, you know, if
Sure.
you have Photoshop skills, and there's actually a pretty easy to use guide on the site that'll let you customize it yourself. But we also do that. Yeah, we make our money by launching through real estate associations, and right now we're in
the state, yeah.
Yeah, and we actually have built MLS search right into the card. So not only can you text folks your mobile website business card, they can start searching the MLS right on the spot there. So we hope to be nationwide with MLS search built into every Savvy card soon. But right now we're in Florida.
Excellent.
Joe,
All
can
right.
you cover that in a little bit more detail? So is there a box for them to be able to feed their, is it just their listings, or is it all the listings in the MLS that people can share, or people
both.
can access from the Savvy card? Okay.
Scotty, if you've got a second, do you want to pull up Bonnie Strickland's card real quick?
Absolutely.
So,
yep, this is, dude, he showed me this last night, man. I just blew my lid here.
Bonnie Strickland.
Yep. All right. Check this out, guys. If you're not paying attention, this is the time to pay attention. This is crazy stuff. Watch this, Kenneth.
Can you maybe maximize your browser?
Maximize, yes, sir.
Or, make it a little bigger. Yeah. So the listing button. Yeah, it's okay. It's still, for me, it's still a little cut off on the bottom. It's not a big deal. It's still,
okay.
So yeah, the listings button. There you go. That's perfect. I had a little delay.
And then so she has her listings inside here.
So those are her featured listings. Those are actually her listings. Click on any one of those, and you can see what the property card looks like. And you can see we've taken the Savvy card system here and adjusted it. And these are all created automatically from the MLS. So you're basically getting an instant mobile website that you can text to people.
These are created automatically from the MLS?
That's correct, yep.
So just to be clear, I don't want to freak anybody out or get anybody mad at me or upset with me or Kenneth. This is only available in a very small area in Florida, but he's working at going out in, like I talked to him about Michigan and Florida and Texas. I mean, it's already in Florida in some parts, but you're only in Florida right now, right?
I think it's worth moving Florida for, but I'll leave that up to individual people to decide.
Yeah,
right now we're in Pinellas Realtors Association, Miami, and then we just signed Fort Myers, and we're talking to some national MLS providers. Once we go down that road, we'll be available to everybody pretty much right out of the gate. But you can see there, the photo button is great. You can just flip through photos of the property, and you can on a phone you can swipe that, and the Find button is excellent. It gives you turn-by-turn directions with a little map to the property. So if you have an open house, you just put that on the, send that out to folks, and instead of having to worry about typing in the address, they can just map it right from their phone. We're actually going to be launching short code keywords in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So you'll actually be able to put on your sign, text Strickland 1 on your hangers outside the house, and they'll be able to text it, and that Savvy card will pop right back to their phone.
Okay. And So just to be clear, the only thing that's available right now is the business card, which I don't wait on this, guys. It's free. There's no charge for it. You're going to go there. They're not going to ask you for any credit card verification. There's nothing. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to get you to log into it to sign up to sell you something later. There's nothing there. I'm just being brutally honest. Hope you don't do me wrong, Joe, on that.
Nope, it's 100% free.
Okay.
And it is, just keep in mind, it is a one-way marketing tool. It doesn't matter if the person you're sending it to has heard anything about Savvy Card. It's not like Facebook, where it's only fun if all your friends are on it, otherwise you're on there alone. If you can receive a text, you can receive a Savvy Card and interact with that Savvy Card and make that referral happen, even if the other person has never heard of Savvy Card. It's that easy to use. And I would encourage you just to simply text to people.
Text everybody you know, man. Say, hey, just wanted to share this with you. Thought you'd like it. Let me know what you think. I mean, just to have fun. You'll probably get leads just doing that.
Yeah, we're finding that a lot because people who we make the property cards for, just as an example, they actually end up saying, this is awesome, and sending it to all their friends, and the realtors are getting tons of leads from the homeowners sending it to their friends because they think it's cool. And the friends are like, oh, I didn't know you were selling your house. My sister's looking. She'd love it. And then they text the card over to the sister, because it's that easy, and then the lead comes into the real estate agent. So
Tim brought up a great question, and I have an answer, and maybe, Kenneth, you have another suggestion too, but Tim says, so you think after the transaction is done, you expect the client to keep this app on their phone, and if you build your app, and it's not hard to do, but when Joe and Kenneth said, if you put recommendations on there for home inspector, maybe a plumber, electrician, pool guy, lawn guy, everything you could think of different referrals of people that you work with, they will keep it on there because they need that stuff the rest of their lives. And they know they can get it through you because you've vetted them and you know who they are and you trust them and you've done work with them. And as that changes, you just go to your website and change it, and it's always up to date for your clients. And I would stress that. Hey, I'm always going to update my people I recommend for different things. And if you have somebody that you recommend that did work for you that you were happy with, please give them to me so I can add them to my recommend button.
I'd agree, Scott. Matter of fact, I'm going to be working on my recommend button here this week. I'm going to get that sucker built up real quick because that's kind of that's something that I've kind of let the ball drop a little bit on, but I'm definitely going to get that implemented pretty quick. Joe, I do got a question for you. If I share my Savvy card, can they see all my recommendations just by me sharing the card, or do I have to actually recommend that person in order for them to see it?
So the recommend button is on your card. So as they're interacting with your card, if they click that recommend button, they're going to see your recommends, who you recommend.
Oh, that's
recommendations.
Awesome.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, the whole work travels together.
Yeah. Wow. I think that's really.
It's huge.
I think that's really. I think that's the value right there. I think
that is the value right there. That is because it's more than. I mean, you could put your title company. You could put anybody on there that you do business with on a regular basis, and have it come up under your recommend button and say, hey, if you need to contact this person, and just like have who it is and have them sign up for a Savvy card, so it just goes right to it and they can share. I mean, it just does. So you're giving referrals to people, other people giving referrals to literally a vicious cycle, an awesome cycle actually. So somebody asked the question, can you show how to put this on your cell phone? So this is the iPhone. I don't know if it's different for the Droid or if there's any pictures anywhere, but when I open mine up, this little thing literally flies down out of the top of the screen and says, to save this Savvy card to your iPhone, tap the icon below, tap add to home screen. And you guys know that when you tap that button, there's a bunch of different options. Text, add to home screen. I should take a picture of that as well, and I'll do that. So that's what happens. And then let me just show you. I'll take a picture of that and email that while we're talking. But it's that easy. So I'll show you the next picture. I'll email that to myself.
Yeah, that little pop-up there, Joe, has been made it real easy for people when you're sending it out. I mean, it's just that's when I've seen that, I'm like, man, this is it right here. This is the way to do it. Yeah. Got to get on that.
Yeah, Savvy Card is an adaptive system, so it actually knows what kind of phone you have, what kind of device you're on, and when you hit that save button, it tells you if you're on the iPhone, just click the add to home screen, hit save, and you're done. If you're on an Android, I think there's an extra button you have to click. If you're on a computer, it says add your bookmarks. What you're essentially doing is adding a bookmark to a website. And what's neat about that is you've seen at the top of websites what's called the favicon, which is the little icon that's at the top of the website. It might have the logo of the website or whatever. So we've made that a picture of you, and that's what actually gets saved on the home screen to the phone. So it almost looks like you have your own personal app, but it's not an app, it's a web app. So it's a neat way to have your own personal presence. And because it's not an app, it doesn't take up any memory on the phone. It's not like, oh, I'm running out of space, I don't want this app on my phone. It's simply a link to a website, so there's no memory taken up.
Yeah, you guys don't get mad if we sell it as though it's our apps, though, right? Like, hey, I got to get an iPhone app here.
All right, I'll tell you. You want to tell them how to. Let's go over. I think the class that you can get. I'm going to try and get this class CE approved, just so as many people can take advantage of this as possible. And we have a big group on the call today, so you guys are crazy if you don't get this, and you're also crazy if you don't tell every one of your people you work with that. It's just crazy not to have this on your phone because you won't. I don't carry a card. It's just I got too tired of trying to remember to bring the card with me. Soccer games, basketball games, weekend events. It's crazy, right? I mean, you don't. Yeah. It's impossible unless you are thinking about it all the time. So.
Yeah, Scott. Let me say this, man. Okay, because this is real important, I think, for people to hear. When the expression on their faces when they get it is priceless. Like when you tell, like for me, when I show a realtor, hey, here's my contact information. This is how I want you to refer people out to me, and I grab their phone and I put it on there real fast and I show them how to add. And it pops up. It tells them what to do. But when I send it from my phone, and when it's over and it takes like all of 60 seconds, they look at me and like, I want one of those. That is really
Exactly.
cool. Like, how did you do that? I could send credit, and then the same with clients. Our clients are exactly the same way. They look at me and they're like, "That's crazy. How did you do that?" You know, and I said, "Hey, man, it's magic. You know, it's
magic.
So,
yeah, Travis magic.
Yeah, it's just incredible, man. I just love the expression. I get excited about putting it on people's phones just because,
right.
you know,
here's what it looks like when, so after you click that button, you click the bottom button, and here's all your options. So I can text you so like it goes from the one where it flies down off the top of the screen to I can text it, mail it, Twitter it, Facebook it, Evernote it, or add bookmark, or add reading list, or add to home screen. On the iPhone, that's what it looks like. It's pretty much the same on the Droid, except for it's one more button. And then the next one would be, let me just close this out. The next one would be, let me show you what it looks like. I did a picture of Joe, and so here's what it looks like on my phone. So you got the Joe's card and Kenneth's card, so that their faces show right up on my phone.
Yeah,
pretty crazy, man. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So let's go through how to set this up. I think this is the next couple slides, and then we'll call it quits. We're running out of time here. Is that cool?
Yeah, that sounds great.
So on this one, I mean, it's really self-explanatory. You can kind of get lost in here, not lost, but like have a lot of fun with it because there's a lot of options. You don't need anything to get this going, literally nothing. You can have it up and running within, what, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes?
Yeah, easy.
You can delegate it out to somebody else.
10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So the background tab, just fill in your information. You literally go tab by tab by tab, and they put like these little drop-down arrows here. They're real easy to fill out. You know what? And in fact, I can just go live with this. Let me just show you really quick, and Joe can maybe help us too.
Yeah, Joe, the biggest question I have from a lot of my realtor partners is just the picture. Like the only issue they ever have with setting it up is the picture, and that's really it. Because the rest of the stuff just plug in I could just plug in your information, you know.
Yep.
But for some reason, they have a hard time getting the picture to upload correctly for whatever reason.
Okay, so when you log in, this is probably, I don't know exactly, but you're going to see the background, which is this whole thing. And here's the crazy thing. Don't go man, I can't have my card because I don't know how to do the background. Guys, there's literally 11 different pages, and there's 12 times 11 different backgrounds to choose from. So, I mean, you can go, I picked the stone wall, and I just put my picture in it. And, I mean, we did a class on how to do this, and maybe we'll do it again later on how to create your own background. But send it to Fiverr, send it to these, send it to SavvyCard. They'll do it for you. Fiverr will do it. Just tell them the dimensions of what it needs to be, and for $5 on Fiverr, you can have it done for you, or SavvyCard will do it for you as well. I don't know if SavvyCard did yours, Kenneth, or who did it, but
yeah, Blake actually did mine. Yeah.
There's the couple backgrounds. I tried the lion, so there's just, and then if you want help, here's the services that they provide. Premium design, $250. They'll build a design for you. If you want a photo cutout, retouch package, $30. So they'll make it so you can upload this photo and it'll just be part of your card there. So that's the only sale. If you want that done, again, you can have that done anywhere. I'm not here to try and sell you anything. And then the picture is the one picture that's here. So choose a stock photo. There's literally 12 times 11 different photos to choose from that you can choose to put in there, and all you do is click on it, and it puts it right here for you. I mean, it just throws it up in there. So if you want a chain in there, whatever you want to put in there, it literally is done, and you click save. It's that easy.
I think you should put that chain in there for you, Scott.
You think you like the chain, man? Like I'm chained up?
Yeah, it makes you look tough, man. Yeah.
That'll be for your weekend card, Scott.
That'll be for my weekend card. Yeah, there's different templates. Where's so like there's under the background there's different, like here's Halloween if you want it. So whatever you want to do there, man, it's go crazy with it. It's pretty cool. The buttons, real easy. Here's your call button. So you'd put it. So like, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, but it doesn't show if you don't put a number in there. Is that right?
Right. Yep.
So it's red. So like I don't even have my recommend. So here's the recommend button. So I would just put in the name and the identity and then the euro. So if they had a SavvyCard, I'd put the SavvyCard in there, and that would be live. And then I'd add another and another and another and another and another. And then I just click yes to show, and then that would show up on my SavvyCard. All right. Text, email, find me, profile, organization, contact info, recommend. It gives you like what it's looking for there. And then here's your icons for your icon button. If you want to change how it looks, like Kenneth has this picture of him show up on his phone, that'd be a great idea. so they see your face when they click the button. You got your settings tab, which gives you your name, where you got to pick a name, correct? Is that kind of how it works?
Yep.
All right. And then the marketing part, here's your QR code. So here's my QR code. If you scan that, it would take you to my Savvy card that's generated automatically. You don't have to do anything. Signature generator, so create and download email signature. Is that where you can create your own signature? You want to explain that a little bit?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It takes your icon and it puts your information, and it generates a little picture that you can add to your, whatever mail program you use. Add that as your signature image, and then there's a little bit of code it gives you, and that will link directly to your Savvy card. So now every time you send an email out, people can directly link to your Savvy card from the email. So
that would be it right there. So here'd be, so it generates it for you.
That's right. And then because you don't have an icon uploaded yet, had you uploaded the icon, that's what you see there where the Savvy card logo is, yeah. And you've got your QR code built in there as well.
Nice, nice. And then there's the link for it. So crazy, man. Awesome. Let's see. And then there's installing your signature. So here's how to do it in depending on what you use, which is Outlook 2003. That's kind of funny. That's good. And then do you need to publish it to make it go live, or?
No, that's
just automatically.
Marketing stuff, yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's see if there's any questions. Answer questions. How does Savvy Card? Oh, great question. How does Savvy Card make money?
So Savvy Card makes money by we sell to associations. They pay us a per realtor per month fee to make it available with MLS search to all of their agents, and then we sell upgrades. And the upgrades, it's usually the same price. It's $349, then we discount to $249 for the customization. If you have multiple people, and I should mention this, if you have multiple people in the same organization, so say a brokerage, has 26 agents in it, the first card is the $249 because you're actually paying literally for design time. It's not paying for Savvy Card. And then additional cards are $50. And so, if you have 10 people in your organization, it's not 10 times $249. It's 1 times $249 and then 9 times $50 to do it.
Okay. Cool.
And that's using the same background. And then,
let me repeat that for anybody that wants that done. So if you had 10 people, you go together with 10 people, it's $249 for the first one and then $50 after that.
With the same background. So it's
with the same background. Okay, cool.
Yeah, because there's less time involved if you're using the same background.
Sure.
Especially at that point, just
don't have to
the
redo
photos and and then we charge $19 a month for the property cards and the SEO. So the property cards are what we had mentioned when we looked at Bonnie's properties. Those are automatically generated mobile websites for every property you list. If you're a buyer's agent, then you have the option of picking properties that you want to be your properties card. So if you say, there's a new hot property that comes off the off the MLS, and you think, I've got buyers that are going to want that. This is a great property. I should be marketing it. You can get a property Savvy card generated for that property and use it as if it was your own listing. It just has to have that. It has the listing courtesy of who the listing agent is, but all the other contact info on the card all comes back to the person who owns that, who made that card. So even if you're the buyer's agent or you want to be the buyer's agent on it.
Cool. Now, what if here's a good question by Margaret, and I appreciate you asking that. So she has one, but it has her number in there in the link instead of a name. I don't know if it matters, but can that be changed once they create one, or what would be the best option for that?
Yep, I think the same place you changed, it's during the setup process that you can change it away from that number to your name.
Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so John says, what is it that I would type when sending a text to a client? That's awesome. Great question. So let me just go back and show you. I'll go back and use Joe's, or let's use all right, so say that I wanted to share this with somebody, okay? So I would click on the share. So I want to share my Savvy card, my business card, with a realtor partner, so my realtor partner could share with their potential clients. Got it? So I click share, and I would either I would click this so that they would have all the information, but I would share by email, share by text, share by QR code, or introduce. I'm not sure what this is. Want to explain that a little bit, Joe?
Sure. So introduce is when two people have Savvy cards, and this is just a way. It's a convenience tool, so that instead of having to go to one person's Savvy card and then text it, and then go to the other person's Savvy card and text it, and deal with the numbers and all that kind of stuff. You can just search for their name and then swap the Savvy cards. So that's a convenience tool for people who both have Savvy cards.
So if I put Kenneth in here,
yep, you should be able to search for his name.
It would show me everybody that had. Dude, that's awesome. I love that. Okay, cool. So instead of looking up their number, you just find out they have a Savvy card and share it. Or so you're probably gonna. Now you said by text, so I'm gonna share by text. I'm gonna go phone number. I'm gonna put, and all you have to put in is their phone number. Like if I put in your phone number and clicked the send text button, it would literally share my Savvy card with you.
That's right.
If I want to put in the recipient's name, I can. But
because you're logged in, it auto puts in your name and email address.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about typing that.
Okay, cool. And even on the phone, it looks exactly the same. So.
Yeah, it's really just the same logic as handing a business card around. So if you had someone that you wanted to refer you, you would text them your Savvy card, just like you would hand them a business card to give to that person. They would in turn then text the Savvy card to their contact, just like they were to hand you a business card. Except it's more than a business card. It's a full website. You're basically dumping your full website in their lap.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So,
Kenneth, is that crazy, man? Kenneth, dude, I appreciate you bringing this to our attention, Kenneth. It's just that, thanks to you, man. We're like everybody on this call is going to have one today. So, and there's a bunch. So,
yeah. And you do have to create the habit of using it. It's going to take about 28 days to create that habit. But man, if you use it,
I know.
Put a reminder to start using it. That's the hardest. But I'm telling you, when you start using it and seeing how it affects your business, and then man, you get that feeling when you start having people refer it, and you see it, and you get the notification that someone refers you. Man,
you're like, whoa,
it's working. It's cool.
Yeah, you get one notification, you're going to be sharing a lot more.
I just wanted to answer that question specifically. So when you make your base accounts, sorry, this is about how to change away from the numbers that the lady asked about a second ago.
Sure.
So in account settings, in the top right is where you would change to the first slash, and then in the settings tab is where you would change the second. So like I might have /Joe, and then I might have if I was mortgage and real estate, I might have /Joe/mortgage. /Joe/real estate. Again, you get a multiple.
So we're like right here, like I'm in the settings tab. So I got the card name. That's so where would I change this one right here?
Yes, that's when you would. That won't change the Scotty. That'll change with the next thing after the slash. So, but if you go up to the little round cog on the right, by your name,
right
Scott.
Here.
Yep, and click account settings.
Okay.
That's where you can change. And this is where you would have put in Scotty, and that's where you can change away from those numbers.
Username right here. It's the username. There it is, right there.
Yeah.
See that, Margo?
So that's where.
Yep. So that's where you would put in whatever you want your first username to be.
Yep.
Cool. Very cool, man. So settings is the first one, and then under my cards, settings is the second one. So.
And if you only have one card, you don't really need the second one.
Don't need the second one, right? Once I have it, can I delete it though? Can I just delete it?
You should be able to get rid of that, yeah.
Okay.
And how you would do that is if you had
required.
Maybe because it's created once.
Okay. All right. No big deal.
But actually, I bet if you put in savvycard.com/Scotty, it'll still come up because that's set.
Oh, it does. It does. Yeah, it absolutely does. Yep.
So that's just a technicality.
Yep.
But the idea there is, if you were Baker Realty, you could put in savvycard.com/Baker Realty/Jim/Joe/Fred, and you can have your whole team under one umbrella.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Whoops, I'm clicking on the wrong thing here. Okay, let's see. Got that question. So the recording. So if you for some reason didn't get the whole recording, I would highly recommend to go to savvycard.com, get signed up, get your Savvy card, and then get with the loan professional that's saying here, your sponsor, to get a copy of the recording and the PowerPoint. It'll be up later today after we get it up under the Agent Mastermind replay. You just need the password. Just get with your sponsor, and we'll be more than happy to get you that link. Some people send it out automatically to the referral partner, so look for that to come. Does it work in Canada? Yeah, it works everywhere. It works because it's just a website.
Well,
absolutely.
The only thing, the card can be accessed. The only thing that doesn't work all over the world is the texting function where you text the card from one person to another, but it does work in about 20 countries right now. So
20 countries, okay.
Yeah. And we actually add more countries by request.
And with Kelly, I mean, I guess the goal on this is to share with as many people as you possibly can to let them know. Because here's the way I look at this: is Kenneth came to me and said, "Scott, dude, you gotta share this with the group. You're like I can't believe you're holding out on this." And so I said, "All right." So my goal is to share it with you, so you go share it with somebody else, and so everybody that has one of these starts like. And Kenneth, you hit it on the head. Make this a habit. Stop carrying your cards and start using your phone to share your business card, and take the extra 30 seconds to 60 seconds to share with them how to get it on their phone so that they can benefit from it, and tell them, hey, start using this as a habit. Like, make this a habit and share this with other people. The more people you share it with, the more referrals you're going to get, because you're going to see the referrals come in. And take the time to educate them on it. I'm telling you, that one little 60-second time you took could be a nice $3,500, $4,500 commission real soon on a new listing or a new buyer or whatever it is. So just don't cheat yourself on this.
And it makes you look
clever. As a lender, Scott, I sit down and actually create these cards for a lot of my realtor partners.
Absolutely. Yeah, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, and then
builder partners, financial planners, CPAs. I mean,
home inspectors.
Everybody. I mean, why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a great question for Joe. How do I get search built into Savvy Card? How does somebody show up on the first page of Google using the Savvy Card?
There is and I think it's in the marketing tab.
Okay.
So there's a couple things. Number one is make sure that your URL has the keywords you wanna show up for. So
okay.
If I was if I was a home inspector, instead of maybe putting my name, I might put in savvycard.com/Tampa Home Inspector. That helps. And then you've got some different tags you have options to there. These are the typical tags that show up. For a title tag, you want to shoot for about 70 characters. And for a description tag, I don't know if the description was there, then you can go up to about 150 characters or so. But that's the place where you enter those tags. And then a lot of it's just engagement. So, the site's already mobile friendly, which is important to Google. It already loads super fast, which is important to Google. It has a high engagement level because, people pressing the buttons on it and all that good stuff, which is important to Google. And then you got to get it out there and get it used. So get it on your social media, get people looking at it, and those social signals are important to Google, and that's how you basically get your rank. And be specific. If you're in a major metropolitan area and you put in / luxury real estate in New York, there's people out there that are paying $5,000 and $10,000 a month to rank for luxury real estate in New York. So you have to find pick some keywords you think that might be a little less competitive, and go for those, and you'll have a better chance of getting higher.
All right, let me correct what I said earlier. So I said I accidentally said it's only available in Florida, but that's not true. It's the IDX or the MLS portion of it is only available through Savvy Card in Florida, but the Savvy Card business card is available everywhere, and you can create as many links as you want inside here. So if you have an MLS search engine link that you want to add to it, you can put it in one of many different places. And if you have any questions, just call your loan professional. We can talk about it, but or ask the question on the private Facebook page, and we can, everybody can share their opinion there as well. That's been a great thing. Somebody said they registered for the card, but they didn't get the email. Does that take a little bit, or if you put in the wrong email, what might he do? Like go in and what would be maybe request? Check your spam first. Check your spam.
Yeah,
definitely
check your spam.
Yeah.
It should be instant. It should be within minutes that you get that email. So I would check your spam, and if you think there's a chance you put in the wrong info, then maybe try to create another one with the correct info. If you're sure you did put in the right info and it didn't show up, then contact our tech support. We have a great tech support team that can help.
Awesome. And so would they just call or probably hit the help button right here? Hit the help button on the website probably if you go to okay, cool. And dude, Joe, everybody's saying, come to Las Vegas, come to Colorado, come to everybody's like, come on out, come on out.
We are ready to do that, and if you have inroads and you have good relationships with your local associations, contact us. We are traveling now to start growing outside of Florida, and it's pretty much a no-brainer for associations. They end up being a revenue. Basically positive on it before no time because of the rev share component back to them. So, theoretically, if we get decent engagement, it's actually a profit center for associations. So, the other thing I didn't mention is that we also launched these for affiliates with associations as well. So, you might have seen on Bonnie's card, we have the Tampa Bay Home Directory, and so that's where all the affiliates are gathered together to form kind of a competitor to Angie's List, but all based under the trust of the association, and that travels with every card as well. So it's a really powerful tool to bring it back home to the association. Now instead of people giving their data to Zillow and turn sells it back to them and sell that access, you can put all the stuff that you need in one tool that's back in the hands of the realtor, and they're the ultimate distribution network, to get you the leads for the different services that go around with home buying. So yeah, absolutely. If you have inroads and think you can get us in with the associations, just we'll be there.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate everybody. Kenneth, man, dude, you knocked it out of the park one more time, man. Just keep it coming. Whatever you got ideas, man. Just stop holding out on me, dude. You waited way too long on this one. So way too long.
Man, all right.
It was our first continuing education course with Savvy Card. He's a superstar.
First CE course with Educ. So I'm gonna take it, if Kenneth doesn't care, into Michigan, to Georgia, to Illinois, Florida. I'll get them approved everywhere. I got people that'll work for me, so let's do it. And hey, if you guys are wondering about the private group, it's facebook.com/groups/Agent Mastermind. Joe, if you'd like, I'm more than happy to put you on the group there. Just to, if anybody has questions, you have answers. You don't have to. It's great. It's an amazing group with over 10,400 people strong and growing. We only let agents in, and the members that are sponsors. Those are the only people that get in the group. So we keep a really locked key on that place. It's a safe place. If you have a question, only the people inside the group see the question, so your friends and family outside of Facebook don't see it. So if you have a question, please ask it. Don't be shy. There's no stupid question in that group. So appreciate everybody. Kenny, buddy, appreciate your friendship, and look forward to many more successful years with you, brother. And Joe, I can't thank you enough. Thanks for taking my call last night, man. I know it was late. I just always try, man. I always try to get a hold of you. So I appreciate that, and great job with what you're doing with Savvy Card, man. You're helping a lot of people, man. I really appreciate that, and that's what this group's all about. So.
Yeah. So are you, Scott. I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Thanks so much. Thanks, Kenneth. Any final words, Kenneth?
We'll see, guys. Say again?
Any final words, man? Like download this app and get busy, or what?
Yeah. Implement, baby. Implement and create the habit, because when you do that, man, you're going to see some things change. And this. I mean, believe it or not, man, this is really going to help your family life. Because at the end of the day,
absolutely, man. Family's what it's all about. So thanks so much. Again, have a great day, everybody. Have a great rest of the week. We'll see you. Hey, next week, safety course, Eric Sachs. Going to be a good one. Don't miss it. It's not just for women. It's for men both. He's very well versed in this. He has a course that he teaches all the time. So hope to see you there next week. Same time, same place on Agent Mastermind. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.